very kind of you. That's very sweet of you. Can I get emotional with you guys for a second? Is that okay?
No, I'm just kidding.
And then we'll have a good time, okay? For those again who do not know who I am, my name's Alex. My dad died when I was 9 years old of cancer. My mom can I get dead parent music real quick?
Yeah.
I went through loss at a young age. And it's really hard to describe even today what that's like. And I try to do this every night and as best as I can, but it's hard. You can't describe that piece of you that's missing. You can't explain that unless you've gone through it. Even once you've gone through it, it's how do you talk about it? How do you explain it? And everyone just stops. Everyone just stops talking about it. At a certain point, you start to forget. You go through life and, it sucks. And then all of a sudden, you try your best to be like, you know what? Who I am today and what has happened to me has made me who I am. But there's always going to be that part of you that doesn't understand it, that doesn't understand how your life is different from other people. That 9-year-old who lost his dad didn't understand that the most important person in his life, the pinnacle person in his life, who would raise him to be who he's supposed to be, isn't there. The mom who's supposed to nurture you and teach you and help you was gone. And all of a sudden, I had to figure out what it was like to be a man, what it was like to be a man at 12 years old, what it was like to figure out my feelings, figure out how to do certain things, certain people, like, in general, just things that someone, a father, a mom, is supposed to teach you. Going through life and losing a friend, losing a dog, that person or that thing, you start to think about how you could have done more, how you could have been there more, how you could have said I'm sorry, how you could have apologized more, how you could have enjoyed that person's time more, not take it for granted, and understand that that piece of you, that person was a pinnacle part in who you've become today. And it's insane. It's insane how all of a sudden it's just forgotten. People stop talking about it. I forget the way my dad smells. I forget the way my mom's teeth were. I forget what it was like to get yelled at. I forget what it was like to be in trouble. I forget what it was like to one day just have a bad day and be held by my parents. Understand that if I was having a bad day and things that reminded me of my friend, all of a sudden I wanted to call him up and all of a sudden I couldn't. It went straight to voicemail. That voice was lost. And the more you don't talk about it, the more they forget, the more that you start to not understand. And everyone just says it'll get better. Everyone says that you'll figure it out, it's hard now, and it'll get easier. It'll get easier to deal with that. But they don't know. It gets manageable. You start to be like, oh yeah, my dad's dead. But at a certain point, there's that piece of you that goes, fuck. I could have been there. I could have done